We loved to go to San Gregorio Beach at sunset. A bunch of us would drop acid and have a square dance on the beach. We'd mire up in the sand and fall down crazy with laughter and desire. We were just barefooted freaks, wild by the ocean. Your pal, Albert. What a featherhead she was. She should have followed Albert's advice. Even though Albert had never understood her, he claimed to know just what she needed to do: get stoned and practice free love, etc. Perversely, she had blazed her own trail. With her unsophisticated rural background, she believed graduate school at Stanford University was obviously out of her league. Harper College, where she had gone instead for her graduate degree, was in upstate New York in the snow belt. There was no real springtime, just a June burst of summer after a long, dismal, chilly season. There she spent each spring in a blue funk, romanticizing the sweet balminess of April in Kentucky. She should have gone to California. Now, 50 years later, shut in the lofty stateroom of a colossal, farcical cruise ship, Anne wondered what would have happened if she had gone to Stanford instead of Harper College. Her life would have been different. The dread she faced now made her feel like a weather-beaten mariner under a bird's curse. If she had gone to California, she would never have met Jimmy. Jimmy. She could still hardly bear to think about him. But she felt a whir of excitement, an unexpected pleasure in imagining her youth following an alternate path. People always said, "Oh, to be young again, knowing what I know now." Being young again, in the 60s. What a blast it would be to start over, in California. Wasn't California something of a dream by definition? She could reimagine her life. And Jimmy wouldn't be in it. Or it could have turned out differently with Jimmy. She wouldn't be in this nightmarish mirage on an alien sea. Palo Alto, California, 1966. "Don't be afraid," was the last thing Albert had said to Anne before she left Kentucky. If she had gone to California, she would have driven cross-country alone, following the southern route he recommended. Her two-door antique 1952 Chevrolet, black with a tidy rump, was like an elderly lady in sensible shoes. But the car was a mismatch. Anne sallied out with an innocent boldness, despite a shyness that sometimes made her tiptoe and hide. She kept the windows rolled down until she reached the Sierras. The car had no radio, but the friendly chug of the engine, with the wind whistling and whooshing against the little push-out corner window, made a soundtrack for her journey. Across the vast deserts, she felt she was in suspension, the past receding, the future nowhere yet. Daniel Boone never entered her mind. In her mind, California would be a kaleidoscope of sunny skies, convertibles, bright blondes, unusual trees. Albert was right, she thought. Out there she would open up like a flower. But Palo Alto, when she arrived, was cloudy, and the farm fields were dry and dusty, spreading a haze over the coastal hills. It appeared to be a quiet little city, hardly larger than Paducah. Something sweet-smelling drifted through the air, and flowers bloomed luxuriantly everywhere. She had arranged to rent an apartment from a woman in a white wood-frame house with a dark Victorian interior. From the landlady's hallway, Anne glimpsed fringed lamps and velvet drapes, with incongruous arrangements of artificial flowers crowding the front room. A stale odor of cigarette ashes and bacon, with an overlay of evening in Paris perfume, assaulted her. The landlady, in exaggerated lipstick and a lace shawl, was sullen and curt. Anne rented an upstairs studio unit in a nondescript stucco building behind the house. The rooms were plainly furnished, but painted screaming pink throughout. The carpet was voluptuous mauve cabbage roses, and the bathroom was a deep burgundy color. The sink, the shower tile, the commode, all a somber burgundy. She stared in the